Hello students, let's do the next question. Okay, so it says find the option that represents the expression below. And the expression that is given to me is 1/2 to the 5th power over 1/2 to the 3rd power, all of that raised to the negative 2nd power. So I hope that you see that if you have a power here on that outside the parentheses, it means that that second power needs to be applied to both numerator and denominator. Therefore, I'm going to write down my problem over here. I'm going to separate numerator, which is being raised to the 5th power already, but then it's being raised to the negative 2. And then also the 1 over 2 is already raised to the 3rd power, but it's also being raised to the negative 2nd or the negative 2. Okay, so the rule that I apply first is going to be power to a power. So on this rule, we call it power to a power, right? I have the rule way up here on the top. Hopefully you can see it. Basically, it says that I am going to multiply the exponents, right? So my base stays the same. So my 1/2 stays the same. But my power is going to be 5 times negative 2 will be a negative 10. Is that correct? On the bottom, my base stays the same. But the 3 times the negative 2, I get a negative 6. So let me rewrite my problem over here. So now I have 1/2 raised to the negative 10 power over 1/2 raised to the negative 6 power. So right now I can see that this rule is going to be my quotient rule. Is that correct? Because I do see a line in between them two, and the bases are the same. The base means 1/2 and 1/2. So what's the rule for the quotient? Anybody remembers? That's the one where you actually subtract the exponents. Very good. Let's put some labels so that we don't get confused over here, right? So the first one was the power to a power rule, and the second one is my quotient. Very good. In the quotient rule, it says that I'm supposed to subtract. So my bases are still 1/2. So I'm going to write down my 1/2. And I am going to subtract the exponents, which is negative 10 minus negative 6. Be careful with that, okay? Because if you remember, it's not just negative 10 minus the 6 on the bottom. It's minus negative 6. And if you remember, there's a rule that says keep change opposite. In reality, I'm going to get 1/2 to the what power? Negative 4th power. Very good. Okay, so let's write my answer here. So my answer will be, now remember that if your exponent is negative, you cannot write it as a negative exponent. You need to send it to the bottom or the denominator. So I'm going to have 1 over 1/2 to the negative 4th power. And I don't know if you remember, but we talk about this being as a division, right? So this means 1 divided by 1/2 to the negative 4 power. No, it's a positive 4, right? Remember that once I change it, once I send it to the denominator, it actually becomes a positive exponent. So I don't know if you remember this from 7th grade, that it says that if you're dividing fractions, you are gonna keep the first number, you're gonna change your dividing into multiplying. And what do I need to do with the second one? The second one, I flip it. So this will be 2 over 1 to the what power? To the 4th power. Very good. So from here, I went here, right? So this means 1 times 2 to the fourth power, because remember that the denominator 1 is not needed. Anytime that you multiply by 1, we get the same answer. So my answer is 2 to the fourth power. So this is my final answer. And if you look at the answer choices, I do have it on answer choice B.